Difficulties with the anchoring of the item 23. My name's Tom Rolley from Graduate Medicine. This is an interesting topic, and presumably when the 23 was first created back in the early 80s, its value represented a value that perhaps that consult matched up to. I think it was about $20.80, something like that. And fast forward maybe 40 odd years and we find the value or the number, the dollar amount of the 23 coming in at $39.75 or around this kind of number. Now, one of the difficulties that we've got is that a lot of other things in our society are vastly more expensive than they were back in the 1980s. That if we look at the prices of many things, that they have not just doubled, but they've tripled, quadrupled, in some cases, in the case of houses, maybe 100 times more expensive than they were. And yet, the item 23 pays just $39.75 around that money. Maybe you get a bonus if you're rural. But what I wanted to talk about was the effect that this has on value that a 23 could have. That doctors often will say, well, how much more than that $39.75 should I charge? Should I charge $10, $20? Maybe I'll stretch to $40. One of the doctors here where I live, I think, is charging $130 for a 23, which is pretty impressive. It's like, wow, that's actually doubling and doubling again, something like that. My maths is a bit off, but it's a whole lot more than many other doctors are charging. Going rate around here seems to be about $85 to $92, but up with this one doctor, and guess what? She's still fully booked out, which is pretty cool. And I'm just joined by my daughter. Hey Pips, you want to say hi? What's up, buddy? You want a treat? Okay, she wants a treat, hey? All right, well, the anchoring effects, though, could, if we did not have any government value at all, if there was no money provided, then perhaps we would see far more effects like we see in other professions. I was thinking about my accountant. Now, I pay my accountant, I think it's around $480 a month. And we have one meeting, and I still have to pay for the Xero and everything else. But that comes in right around the $5,000 mark. And yet I know that my expenditure on my healthcare, like for my patients to come and see me, maybe if they see me, they would have to see me at $5,000 50 times. That's every week at $100. And yet my accountant is making that from me. Now, maybe I'm getting overcharged. I don't find that. I find the value to be very good. But the number that we are stuck with in our heads, if that could just be eliminated, and there was like, well, what value are we providing to our patients? And suddenly this question opens up to a whole new world of questions. One of my friends had a terrible event. At 41, he had a stroke. This was devastating. 3 young kids, and I guarantee that if he could have gone back and paid $5,000 a year to avoid that stroke, then he gladly would have done that. And so the value of our services perhaps should not be seen at the value that we provide, but the difficult and horrible events that we prevent. That a heart attack, that a stroke, that diabetes, that COPD, that we have the potential and the possibility seriously to actually change these people's lives. And they do not get to experience these difficult experiences in life. So perhaps that's where we should be looking for our value. All right, I gotta go. It looks like my daughter is clearly demanding attention here. I hope you're having a great day as we head into a new year and perhaps some new solutions for general practice. Look forward to seeing another episode as we continue this journey into working out what to do and how to fix this problem in GP. See you then.